Yeah, she should.
Hey, you.
Hey, yeah, she should be here in a second. Sometimes she's a little late.
Okie dokie.
And so I got my whiteboard, and I probably won't need it, but
Yeah, probably not. I mean, you might. Who knows? Am I
yeah.
sounding okay to you?
Oh yeah, you sound fine. And in the meantime, I've been working on this,
Ooh,
and I'm
what's
pretty sure they're
this?
not correct.
Hold on. Whoops. My video is set to blue.
Oh, you're fine.
It's interesting. Give me a second.
Yeah, I've been working on that. So, oh.
Working on colors, I see.
Well, different stuff. I mean, there's other ones that I can't, like for Ocean, Grim Reaper. Ah, here she is. Hi.
Hi.
Hello there.
I have a fun surprise for you today. I have a guest sort of mentor who works in the film industry there in Korea. Yeah. So I'll let you two introduce yourselves.
All right. Well, hello.
Hello.
My name is Baek Chun Hum,
Mhm.
and I am a director of photography, also known as a cinematographer at my own company here in South Korea. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm sorry. I did not mean to spring this on you. I just thought it would be a fun surprise. He's someone that I know through a Discord server that I am learning Korean on, and that is how we met. So, yep. She was, I always forget his name. Edward Young, I think is his name. Is your favorite director?
My favorite director, Edward Young.
Yeah. No, she is, she's going to an art school. I think I told you. I don't remember the name of your art school. Which school is it that you're going to?
Going to?
Yes, that you attend.
뭐라고 해야 되지?
Oh, it's okay.
Take your time.
Oh, by the way, even though I won't understand everything, I am not opposed if you want to speak to her in Korean as well. It doesn't have to be just English. Yeah.
Okay, I thought this was just like a just English kind of thing. I thought that was the whole
No.
point. No?
No.
Okay. Well, I'll try my best not to.
Okay.
We all got to understand what's going on, so.
So, like, when I went to high school, my school's name, 이름, was Pine Forest. Which school are your school's name?
My high school?
Yes.
안양 Art School.
Oh, 안녕 Art School. Oh. I have a friend who graduated from Anyang Art School. He's a 후배. He's a junior. He graduated in, I think, 2018, 2017. What year are you in right now, if I may ask?
My age?
No, your year of high school. What 학년?
3.
Third.
3학년. Yes.
Third year.
3학년.
Okay, so she's a senior.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a senior.
Yeah,
She
she's a high
is
school
very
senior.
motivated and driven, which I think is awesome.
That's good quality to have as somebody who wants to get into film. Um, are you looking into doing directing or writing or maybe
mm,
the cinematography?
writing and directing.
Ah, I see.
Mm.
Um, do you do a lot of writing on your spare time?
Mm, my major is literature.
I'm sorry, I couldn't get that one more time, please.
My major is literature and I writing novel.
Oh, okay. So you're majoring in literature. Okay, that's cool.
Yes.
Nope.
Very
We
cool.
we had a joint class once with her and another student named Michael, and
Mm,
we just talked about movies the whole time because they were both interested in the different aspects to making movies.
Hmm.
Did you say you like to take pictures, Chiyun?
me
Mm-hmm.
take picture.
Yeah, that you enjoy taking photos, photography
Yes.
as well. Yeah.
That's very nice. It's good to get into an early habit of picking up the camera and trying to get familiar with it. So that's a very good habit.
Mm,
Yep.
And writing is good too. Where are you thinking about going for college?
mm, um, I don't care where I'm going.
I see you don't care where you're going. Okay.
Is
Well, I
there,
mean,
oh, go ahead.
oh no, no, yeah, you go ahead.
Oh, I was going to ask is if you had a wish list and you could magically get into any of them that you wanted, which one would you go to?
음, 음, 학교 이름을 찾아봐야 돼가지고. 잠깐만, wait, please.
Oh, 고3, but doesn't know which school to go to.
Oh.
Because I think um important is major.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The major is important. Yes.
Mm,
Uh,
some of the universities have better programs than others, though, don't they?
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely, 100%.
Which one is the best for film, do you think?
Um, 동국대, Dongguk
음,
University is just about the number one top spot for people who want to get into filmmaking.
음,
Uh, 중앙대 is good for people who want to get into acting.
yes.
Mm. Uh, if you're looking to get into more technical stuff, uh, 중앙대 also has a 사진 영상학과,
음,
but there are
Mm,
less writing and more
that's
like
are those
cameras.
all in Seoul?
Yes, those are all Seoul in Seoul
Oh,
schools,
okay.
so they're very prestigious, I guess you could say.
Ah,
So they're pretty hard to get into.
음,
I see.
음,
Um, what was the project you were working on recently? The story for was it a short film, short video? You had a project for writing a script, was it? Hold on, let me-
me?
Yes,
아,
you had a a thing recently where you displayed your writing, like your script writing, didn't you?
script writing. 음, 뭐라고 해야 되지?
Oh.
음,
Okay. Normally, when me and her, when her and I, proper English, when her and I cannot, I normally bring up Papago, and then we
I
translate through
see.
there. Yeah.
Well, I'm here, so I guess I could be of some assistance.
Oh, that would be awesome.
뭐 어떤 말씀을 하시려고 하는 건지.
저요?
예.
저 여쭤보신 게 최근에 뭐 시나리오나 이런 거 써본 적 있냐고 여쭤보신 거 맞죠?
네, 그 단편 영화 뭐 쓰고 있는 거냐고 뭐 쓰고 있는 거 있지 않냐고 뭐 여쭤봤습니다. 예.
연습하느 입시 준비하느라고 매주
입시 준비. 예.
시놉시스?
신업.
네, 그 쓴다 말하고 싶었는데.
Yeah, she's not writing scripts. They're not
Oh,
full scripts. They're
she's writing
synopses.
synopsis.
Yeah, she's writing
Okay.
synopses. Yeah.
Oh, all
It's
right.
like it's uni prep.
Oh. Oh, okay. Is it stressful?
Probably. Is it stressful?
Stressful?
Yes,
Yes.
lots of stress.
아,
Like,
little.
A
Yes,
little I don't
yes.
know. A little I don't know.
I'm so busy.
Yeah,
Oh,
she would be. I did the same thing when I was her age.
yeah.
I'd always sit in my room and I just have a pen and a notepad and I just keep writing like everything that came into mind. Like if I'm on the bus, or on the subway and I see some interesting character, right? I make a little story that revolves
음,
around them and what I think just from their first impression what their life might be like.
음,
That's how I
That's
used to
pretty
do it.
cool.
It is, and then you start losing hair, and then you start losing sleep, and then you can't eat.
Oh my God.
It's not a very good how you say, it's not a very good like 표현. It's not a good
음,
expression, but what they call people like uh, her and what I used to be, we call them 글쟁이.
글쟁이?
Yeah. And
What's that?
a common it means it's basically a writer, but like kind of like a derogatory term for writer.
Oh,
And a stereotype is the guy who has the tubluk, like the Korean guy haircut, but like
음,
yes.
on top
음,
on top everything's missing.
음,
It's like a stereotype because everybody loses hair um from from grabbing their hair and pulling at it because they can't
Oh,
write.
pulling their hair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a stereotype.
Too much stress equals no
Mm.
hair.
Yeah, too much stress equals no hair.
Oh my gosh. Man, this is so cool that you guys can talk about that together because the extent of my knowledge for theater type things or anything dramatic is musical theater and stage production, right? But not actually anything in front of a camera.
Of
So,
course.
yeah.
Um, Typically in America, people who graduate from film schools, the thing is with America is they don't have like technical high schools or
Mm.
like art high schools. A lot of
Yeah,
art
not
high
like
schools,
Korea
right?
does.
Yeah. So what tends to happen is they go into university without knowing
Oh,
anything.
he cut out.
Oops. You hear me fine over here?
Oh, there we go. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Typically, what happens is they go to university for film and art and theater and whatnot, and then they
Hmm.
graduate, and then they start flaunting it around like, oh, I know how to write, I have a script for a short movie or like a short film and stuff like that. But what
음,
happens is that there's like this huge skill gap between South Korea and like places like America. It's because of the technical school aspect of it,
Yeah.
the art high school
음,
aspect of it, because everybody starts, if you're going to like an art school, you start learning everything from like your first year and up to your third year, right? So that's a whole 3 more years of learning film than people who might have graduated from like a film or art school in America.
This must be why the quality of Korean dramas is so much better, and I appreciate them so much more than American dramas.
Yeah, typically writers in South Korea, yeah, they have a bit more. I don't know how to say. I guess raw talent, but
Mm.
at the same
Yeah.
time, South Korean like arts and films, they're all run by bureaucrats, the boomers, or
Ah,
the
the boomers.
buttagider,
음,
and they control everything, right? So if you want to do something creative, you can't because the guys up top are like, no, I don't like this. Do something else.
Mm.
음,
It's a bit of an unfortunate little thing, but that's the beauty of indie films and independent short films, right? Because it's independent. You can do whatever you want.
Mm. How long did it take you to open up um, your own business, like your own?
Um, Took me about 3 years. Now, I'm kind of an abnormal case because typically people take a much longer time because they have to go through university and then they have to go to the military, especially if they're men. And the whole point of actually going to university, honestly, for especially for June here, is she already attends an art high school.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna just say to you right now, if you go to university, you're not gonna learn anything. It's the exact same thing, but for 4 years. Everything
음,
you learn from 고1 to 고3, you learn the exact same thing over again.
음,
Mm.
So
I
what your main goal would be if you go to a university is to make inmech
oh, yes.
connections. You got to network.
connections, yeah.
Yeah, networking is the big thing. But in my case, I failed the
음,
all six of my applications for
음,
university, so I ended up flunking out, and I didn't go to university, but instead I started working in the industry right away because I already had a few people I knew from networking in my high school days, from going to film festivals and all that stuff. So I started working right away, made a lot of connections, did a lot of networking. I met a lot of very cool people, and eventually I got the chance to make my own company with my own people. And yeah, that's how it happened. It took me about 3 or 4 years.
That is
음,
very cool, though.
Ah, shucks, don't mention it. It's nothing.
I think university is probably also cool to explore, like the other sort of like maybe June you go and you decide, oh, I like this area more than I like this area, right? It's like,
음,
and so you can discover that when you're there. But like you said, it is not always necessary to go um, if you want to do just like a certain, like one particular thing, and you have connections already to be able to do that. Um, I don't know. I think your workday is probably very busy isn't it?
Oh, yes. Anybody who works as either a writer or cinematographer and editor should know that they will be losing sleep. They will be losing their hairline and quite possibly losing their sanity. But we love it. That's why we do it.
음.
We love it.
Oh my
We
gosh.
love it with a burning passion. That's why we soldier on through all the hardships.
Mm.
음.
I have no idea what one of your work days entails. That just seems like a lot of different things going on at one time.
Oh, yeah, definitely. See, I wake up if I go to sleep. In the rare chance I go to sleep, I wake up in the morning about 5 a.m. ish. Uh,
음.
make myself a cup of coffee, go outside, enjoy the scenery, have a cigarette, and then I go inside and I immediately start texting everybody. What are we doing
음.
today? What's the schedule? I gotta get in touch with my secretary. What are we doing? What's today? What's happening, whatnot. Unless it's like a big filming day, then I already know what's going on, so I just get up and get out. But most of the time, it starts with me waking up, asking what's gonna happen, and then I get confirmation, and I go, okay, let's do this. So I'd go out and we go to the company, our office. We get whatever. If it's just like a planning day, then we all do a big sit down in front of a huge whiteboard, and we either write out like a QXO, stuff like that, like a planning chart kind of thing, right? So what's gonna happen? How are we gonna film this? And then we do all like the continuity, the storyboarding, uh, so on and so forth. And if it's a filming day, we just stop by the office, we pick up our equipment, and then we go out. We film for about say 5-6 hours maybe, um, and then once that's
Oh,
over,
wow.
you know, get some dinner, and then do some extra. We do an after meeting. So after filming, what do we have? What do we need? What do we need to the- you know like what's been confirmed to be okay. What's good and what's not good, whatever. And then I go home.
음.
Oh, that is a really long day.
It is a very long day. Now imagine that going on forever.
Oh, no.
Every day. That is my day every day.
Oh my goodness.
There is no, oh, because I'm not at work now, I'm gonna turn my phone off. Nothing, like, never. If you get
Oh,
a call at 3 a.m. from the editor and they're like, hey, we don't have this or that, where is it? Okay, we'll go shoot that. Or, oh, we have that, it's in fucking hard drive 2ABC, the 3 terabyte, it's in folder A761. The file name is 712ABC. And that happens at like 3 a.m., 4 a.m., could happen anytime. So never sleeping. So
oh
yeah,
my
that's
goodness.
my daily.
Wow. A typical day for a theater person would be we get up early also when I was in high school, and we would do shows, especially on the weekend. When we're prepping, it's just the entire weekend is completely just and then when I volunteered at the local theater during the summer, it was all day, every day, like the whole summer. But we would get up at about 5 a.m. So that because we had to be there at 6, like promptly. And then the, um, what was her name? Oh, I am trying to remember the lady who was in charge of the theater. Uh, I
Uh,
remember what her name was. Her name was Miss Strangle. And we thought that was hilarious because she always had we joked that she had a stranglehold on the the whole process and everybody, but her name was Miss Strangle.
음.
And but A-E, right? Not A. So she spelled her name like this.
oh, okay.
Strangle.
음.
But she was awesome. But we had to be there at 6 a.m. If you were not there at 6 a.m., she locked you out of the theater and you could not participate that day.
Yeah,
음.
Um,
that's typically what happens.
yeah. And then we would all sit around, like you do. You plan, what do we have to do today? Where is this person going? And then she divided people into groups. You need to go get supplies from the building store for the backdrops. You need to fine tune the script and highlighting everyone's things. You guys need to be over here doing a read through. You guys over here need to make sure that the costumes don't look like butt, right? That they look good.
Yeah.
They need to be professional looking. And then the lighting guys, the prop guys. There's many different aspects that go into it. I guess it's about the same um as far as like the way they divide people as film would be, except for we did not have to worry about cameras. We
Yeah,
simply
yeah.
had to worry about lighting and
Yeah.
a lot of props, but not nearly as many props and stage settings uh, as film would have. I I would think that movies is like stage theater times 20. It's
Uh,
like
well,
because you have so much stuff that you like so many different sets and so many different props and so many different, things that you have to and in different environments. Whereas on the stage, it's just one thing. You only have limited lighting. You don't have to constantly move it, right? You get it set up where it's going to be at, and then you just turn them on when you need to. Um,
um, well, here's the thing. With theater though, you can only do one take.
that's true.
Yeah, that's the big thing. With movies, we could do like 20, like say for example, trying to remember his name. Stanley Kubrick.
Mm,
He's the director of The Shining. Uh,
yes.
he's very famous for taking an insane amount of time to shoot one cut of one scene perfectly.
Oh
Like
my
he'd take at
goodness.
least 20 cuts of one cut. Like at least 20 cuts of one scene.
Oof. No, I remembered it because, again, like you said, you have to be on point. I remember days where we would just spend the entire day. And when I say we got there at 6 a.m., we did not leave until 10 or 11 p.m. in the evening because we also had to clean up. We ate all of our meals there at the theater. We just sort of ordered out, or we would pause and then go down the street and get food. Um, but we would running lines, facial expressions. She would make you sit, like especially if you had a two-person dialogue, right? She would make you sit really close and be like this far away from the person's face, and you have to emote with each other and like connect. She's like, I need you to be larger than life so that that person in the very back row
Ah, I
knows
see.
what's going on. And it's so ridiculous because you have to exaggerate everything. The mouth movements are larger, right? Because they look small to the person in the back. And that is probably why I talk so loud because I'm used to having to project. It's so nice in film that you don't have to worry about that. There's a mic, there's someone here with a mic. You can speak normally.
Oh no.
No?
Uh no, it's the exact same. I
Is
feel
it?
like theater and movies are very intertwined. Because if you see a lot of the older actors, you know, from the olden days, they were all people from musicals or from theater. Like, say for
Mm,
example,
yeah, that's true.
let's say 송준호, or fuck, I'm having an sorry, I'm having an aneurysm right now. One
Oh,
second. Uh, one moment. Especially in South Korea, a lot of actors
mm-hmm.
uh, are from theater. Like a lot of the classic actors are from theater.
Oh, okay.
Like say Song Kang-ho, like you know from everybody knows Song Kang-ho from the Parasite and you know
Mm.
whatnot. He does not have professional actor training. He started with theater, amateur theater,
Oh.
and the reason why people love watching him so much is because he has very exaggerated facial expressions, and if you see in movies, does it's not exactly too hard to read their lips because everybody's had theater training.
Mm.
So yeah, acting in a movie is a lot like acting in theater.
Ah,
Big
okay.
exaggerated mouth movements. And now like with camera angles and shot sizes and good sound mixing, it doesn't really seem like they're actually talking super loud, but you have to be a bit louder than normal, like
Mm.
conversation. That's the whole thing with acting.
To
You
pick
don't
it
really
up.
see it in the yeah, you don't really see it in the big
Ah.
screen, you know.
Oh, so then you equalize it and stuff later and
Yeah,
adjust it.
definitely do a lot of
Oh,
sound mixing, stuff like
okay.
that.
Hmm.
It's
Mm.
yeah, it's very interesting though. Yeah, theater is very similar to film.
Okay. What sort of have you done any theater at your school, Ji-yoon?
Theater,
Mm-hmm. Like
mm,
on stage for school
watching theater or
Like
or
making theater.
making theater?
Uh, my major is not making theater.
But
Um,
are you in any clubs or do you participate in small school projects that do
uh,
theater?
no.
No? Ah, okay.
I watching theater.
Oh, okay. What's the last um, theater performance you watched?
Mm, school or
It's in
in school?
general,
Um,
anywhere.
um, 2 years ago.
Mm. Do you remember what it was called
mm,
or what it was
no.
about?
Ah, about
Mm-hmm.
mm, mm, life.
Uh, heart
I don't
touching.
know.
Was it like we had talked about, is it a slice of life sort
Mm-hmm.
of play where they show a person's day or they show how their life went?
Oh, one more time, please.
Ah, is it was it like what we talked about before, slice of life, like their day. Oh,
Yes,
what
they
is it?
are they. They are they.
My brain is like,
We are all having aneurysms today, aren't we?
ah, no, I'm not going. Mm,
일상.
yeah,
일상. Yeah,
yeah, their
slice of
day.
life is 일상.
Thank you.
일상.
Oh, that was so embarrassing. Ignore what I wrote on the whiteboard with
I
my
didn't see anything. I wasn't looking.
improper there. That is they are. That is not there as in like possession. Bad, Miss Katie. Bad.
Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Nobody saw it. Nobody saw anything.
I have not had coffee yet. I get a free pass, okay?
Yes, of course, 100%.
I've had no coffee. No
Hmm.
coffee. uh oh my gosh.
I mean, yeah, plays are great. I'm gonna change the subject.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, plays are great. Yeah, I think the last one I saw was a very cursed play. I saw Macbeth.
I love Macbeth.
Yeah, a lighting fixture went out in the middle of the play. So
Oh my gosh, really?
yeah, I mean, I've heard that theater people are very superstitious and
Oh
nobody
no, we
does
really are.
Macbeth.
Yeah, no.
And these
We
people were
shouldn't.
doing a rendition of Macbeth, and this was in somewhere called Teanglo. So it's a very famous like street for plays, and I was watching Macbeth, and I can't. I forgot what that section. It was something about uh like words of fury and anger that amount to nothing or something like that. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, I forgot the exact part, but somewhere around that part, and one of the lighting fixtures went out. And I was like, wow, this
Oh
play
my
really
God.
is cursed.
That's terrible. Yeah, we are really superstitious about it. Or I say we were, like, because I'm not a part of that community anymore. Um, I mean, although, once apart, always kind of apart. Like
Yeah,
it lives
definitely.
inside you.
Mm.
But we don't even say the name of it. The moment you utter the word Macbeth, it's like and then they come in with the sage and they throw the red beans at you,
And
right?
you got to spread the salt,
They spread the salt, like how
salt
dare you?
circles.
Yeah, he
Mm.
who shall not be named, the play who
Yes,
shall not be named.
the
It's
play
like,
the play that
yeah,
shall not be
saying
named.
Macbeth is like saying Voldemort in Harry Potter.
Yeah, it's very bad, very bad.
Oh, my allergies. I'm sorry.
It's
Oh,
fine.
gosh.
Lots of
But
pollen dust going around these
yes, there
days.
is a lot of pollen in Texas right now. But the last time I saw Macbeth was um 15 years ago, and a person fell off the stage. Like they legit fell off the stage.
Like just fell off, like face
Yes.
forward.
Yeah, no, backwards.
Oh, backwards. Okay.
They did not keep to their proper marking, and they were not someone it was not entirely their fault. So he is supposed to cross, right, left stage, but someone else did not have their proper blocking. So he had to compensate, and he fell off the
He
stage.
overshot.
He did. And he
Yeah.
just went, and he actually threw out, well, he hurt his back.
Oh,
from falling off the stage, and so then the understudy had to take over.
that play really is cursed. It
It
really
really
is.
is.
I've, never,
We
I've not heard a single good time. I've not a single good run of that play. Like it's always like some accident happens.
No, I love Shakespeare so much. I keep a book. Hold on.
So, Jiyun, oh my God. I mean, I used to have a Shakespeare book as well, but it was like a little small. I used to have a Shakespeare book as well, but it was like a little smaller one with like
No.
illustrations in it.
No, I decided one day that I was going to treat myself to a complete plays. Now, this is not all of his work, or else this thing would be 5 times
Couple
as
of
thick.
volumes.
Yes. But this is every single one of his plays. And a fair warning, though, if you do get into Shakespeare and they make you do a lot of Shakespeare reading for whatever reason, try to steer clear of Titus Andronicus because it is very violent and not appropriate for children.
Well, I think a lot of Shakespeare stuff is inappropriate for children.
Yes, but you can edit the lines and you can make it more friendly. There, it would be very difficult to rework Titus Andronicus in any way that would be even just PG-13.
Yeah, it's R through and through.
It really is.
I think I liked Merchant of Venice as well. Merchant of Venice was a good one as
Oh,
well.
that one is good.
Mm.
Have you read any Shakespeare, uh, Ji-yoon?
No.
No?
No
Mm,
Shakespeare.
Yes.
Uh, maybe if you're trying to get in, if you're writing, Shakespeare might help. He could be a good inspiration to pull from. Inspiration.
he has very good character development and intertwining of character stories. His plays are very nuanced in certain places, but then also very bold and expressive in others. And so the way that he that's why I mean he's so famous still to this day is because his writing is just phenomenal. Um this is why so many movies have been based off of Shakespearean plays, and then redone again. It's like,
Yeah, for
um,
example, Lion King.
yes,
The Lion King. It's
Me?
it's a ren. Yes, yeah. Lion King is a rendition of I want to say was it Hamlet?
yes,
Yes.
Hamlet.
Yes, yeah.
Hmm.
It's a child-friendly rendition of Hamlet.
Yes, but they still manage to murder poor King Mufasa, and I
Yeah,
cry every time he dies
every time,
in the
every time.
movie.
Mm. I haven't seen the live action version yet. I don't think I want to.
Oh. But yeah, if one day, if you want to, or several different days, we can go through some of this and I can because my version is in Old English,
Oh, head
but I
hurty.
can translate it to like modern English for you
Oh, I'm
as
sorry.
we
Let me
go.
rephrase. Mine headeth hurteth. Alas, mine headeth hurteth.
Yeah, basically. Like, oh, the whole part with Romeo and Juliet when she's like, "Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo?" Right? She's basically asking wherefore is the Old English version of why. She wants to know, why are you Romeo, or why are you from the family you are from? Why does your name have to be Romeo? You could be any other person on the planet, but you have to be this particular family.
Mm.
I go like,
Yeah, Old English
yeah.
is pretty hard to understand, especially for people
Mhm.
who don't have it as their first language.
They
Doth
have,
mother know used to wearest her drapes?
yes, they have simplified versions that are really good for um, non-English theater students.
Oh.
My teacher used to have one on hand. She kept one on hand when I was in high school for our Spanish speaking students that were not, completely proficient in English. And that was really helpful to them. It's almost children's level, I would say.
Mm.
Uh, but it's good because it was very basic in its sentence structure. It got the point across so that you understood um, in a less complicated way.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
mhm. But
Uh, yeah,
oh, go
yeah. Go
ahead.
ahead.
No, you go.
Uh, Earlier, June mentioned that her favorite director was Edward Young, uh, and he's a Taiwanese director, if I'm remembering correctly, right? He's a Taiwanese director. Am I correct?
What?
Edward Young. He's a Taiwanese director,
음,
right? Yeah. Um, yes, I enjoy his work as well. If I can remember
음.
correctly, his film Yi, and, I think it came out in 2000. It got an award at the Con Festival, I think.
이,
Yeah, Yi.
어, movie film name?
Yeah, Yi Yi. If I remember correctly.
What Korean name?
Uh,
Oh, you showed me that
아,
movie.
my favorite movie.
oh,
Yeah,
that's
you
your favorite
showed
movie.
me.
예. 그, 그 사람이 만든 것 중에 제일 좋아하는 영화예요.
아, 하나 그리고 둘. 예, 맞아.
예, 맞아요.
Uh, it's a very good movie. Yeah, it's one of the major films of 2000, pretty much. I see. Your taste is more aligned with older Taiwanese and maybe Hong Kong films. Are you into Hong Kong movies?
I, do you ask me, I like Hong Kong movie?
Yeah.
No.
No, you're not into Hong Kong movies.
But 왕가위,
Yeah. I'm trying to get a feel of what kind of movie you like. What kind of a movie enthusiast you are.
Mm,
Wangawi. What's
mellow
your favorite
melodrama,
Wangawi
I
movie?
think.
Yeah,
아,
something like that.
I just two movie 왕가위. I watch movie. 화양연화 and 중경삼님.
Ah, I don't know what the first one is in English, but I know the second one is Chungking Express, which is a very
Oh,
very good movie.
okay.
Yes.
I have not watched that, but I've seen that pop up on my suggestions.
Oh yeah, Chungking Express. Definitely look into it. It's a
Yeah?
great movie. Uh, Another one I'd like to recommend is Fallen Angels or Tarak Chonsa.
Oh.
It's also a very good movie. It follows in suit with Chungking Express's multi-story kind of progression. It's kind of similar to Quentin Tarantino's Pulp Fiction, if you've ever seen that movie.
Yes.
It's kind of similar. Quentin
Oh, nice.
Tarantino has, if I can remember correctly, he has 3 different stories in one movie. And
Yeah.
Chungking Express only has 2. And Wang Garwi was originally thinking about making 3 stories, but he liked the contents of his first and second story so much he just got rid of the third one. Now, what this is a continuity of is Wong Kar-wai's first ever film. Kind of having a hard time remembering it again right now. Wong Kar-wai's first film. Anyways, he had his first film, and Chungking Express, if it had its thirst, As Tears Go By was his first movie. Um, it's a crime drama, and what Chungking Express was gonna be, if it had a third story to it, was gonna be the sequel, a spiritual successor to As Tears Go By. And I think it's just it's very interesting, especially nowadays with younger people. They don't really watch older movies so much. Like everyone's all like around, or anybody around her age, most people are like, oh, Parasite, or
Train to Busan.
yeah, Train to Busan or stuff, something like that. But it's not very common to see people who are into like older people, like the older generation of movies.
Mm.
So I think that's very unique. That's a very it's a point that you have. It's a good point.
It's a asset.
Yeah, it's an asset.
Like,
She's unique.
yes.
Because a lot of people nowadays don't even know what Hong Kong movies are.
Oh.
They've only heard of them, never seen them. So I think that's a
I
very good asset to have under your wing.
I suppose that's kind of like how MGM and Turner Classic Movies is here in America. They're
Yeah.
for older people, the ones made in the 30s, 40s,
Mm.
before they came out with Technicolor and stuff like that, and Spectravision.
Yeah, I
And
mean, something like that,
I love those, but most
right?
people my age don't.
Mm. It's like if a kid in say middle school said he liked Blade Runner.
Oh,
Like,
as but
yeah,
then you would have to ask which one, the original or the
yeah,
remake.
like the original one.
Yeah, I know what you meant, but
Mm.
I was trying to be funny and it just
Yeah.
it fell.
It's funny. It was funny. It was funny. Yeah, it's very unique to find people who are into the older cinema, the older arts, because in the end, uh, basically what it all boils down to in the end, when you're studying film, is you learn from the old masters and you make something new.
Mm,
You learn from what they did good and what they did bad, and you take a look at that from hindsight kind of perspective,
mhm,
and you get that and you make something new. You make your own content. And that's just about the essence of going to like a writing or a film university or high school or whatever. Is you learn from the old masters. And seeing as Chiun here already has her own favorite director and her own favorite movie, and not to mention these are movies that came out, I believe, before she was born, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Yi came out before she was born. I think it came out in 2000, the year 2000.
Mm,
And I think that's a very good asset to have under your belt, because you can use that later on, because these people are watching these are um, like the new generation of cinema, the new age cinema. You got all your fancy gadgets and all that shit stuff. Sorry, I was stifling a burp.
sorry.
I apologize.
It's
Anyways,
okay.
all that stuff. The older works are definitely something that are that should be studied. And seeing as she's already has like a favorite that's a lot older than a lot of other people's favorites, that's, I feel like, a very good thing.
Mm, yeah. Um, are you after you get done with school, because your year should be ending soon, correct? you get out of school when in Korea? The July, June?
She gets out, I believe, next year, right?
졸업, graduation?
Yeah, graduation.
Yes, next year, February.
Oh.
Korea is we have a similar system as Japan, where graduation ceremonies are held during the spring instead of in the summer like America.
Oh. Oh,
Oh.
okay.
Hmm.
I see.
So
Now
there's a bit of a difference there.
here you would end school in June, the beginning of June, and then graduation takes place 1 or 2 weeks after you finish senior year. And then that's it. And then they either hand you your diploma or you have to go to the school to pick it up because they will not mail it to you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, same thing in South Korea. You have to go to graduation to get your papers.
Mhm.
But in South Korea, you just go to school up to the day of your graduation.
Oh. Well, that's cool.
Yeah, you just keep going, and then one day you just graduate, and then you don't go up. You never come back.
Do you plan, Chiyun, do you plan to do any film projects with your writing once you graduate? Like a fun, like in between, you know, sort of
Like a
project?
졸업작품,
Ah,
like a grad project.
in college or high school?
High school. Once you're done with high school, like after 입시 준비 ends and stuff like that.
Mm, mm, I will display on my novel.
Oh, novel.
Ah, okay. You're going to plan your novel. Are you making any plans to turn your novel after you are done with it into a screenplay?
Mm, no.
No.
No, just
Okay.
a book. Okay.
I bet it will be good either way, though, because Chiyun is very creative.
I see.
So, yeah. Unfortunately, right? Time just flies when you're having stimulating conversation. Um,
Yeah.
the hour is up in a minute, so I guess we will give our final greetings and then everybody goes about their day
Or night.
or night. Yes, because it is nighttime for you guys. It
You should go
is.
back to sleep, Katie.
Yeah, you probably should, as it is almost midnight. It's like midnight there.
Yeah, it's almost exactly midnight now.
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
You're like, look, I woke up for you, and now I'm going back to bed.
No, I've been awake all day. What do you mean? I went to work. Awake all day and all night yesterday.
Oh goodness.
I've
I'm
just been
sure.
awake. What is sleep? Is that something you eat?
What is this word you are saying?
What is this concept of rest you speak of? I've never heard of
몰라요,
it.
몰라요.
처음 들어봐요. 먹는 거예요?
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for I'm so used to calling you Bagel.
Just go ahead and call me June. You can call me June.
June. Okay. But thank you so much, June, for like coming and talking to me and with June. I really appreciate it.
Much obliged.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'd say it went pretty good. Well, it was
Mhm.
pretty fun. I hope for June, hope you get into a good school, and I hope all of your hard work and 입시 준비 pays off. Um, if you have any questions for me, maybe go ahead and you can contact Katie, and then Katie can contact me about that.
Mhm.
Anyways, yeah, good luck on everything, and I hope your novel turns out very good as well.
Thank you.
Right. Bye, June.
All right, bye bye. Thanks
Bye.
for having me.
Thank you. I get this for you and this for you.
Oh, thank you. I might just head back into that Discord server. Hold on.
Okay. Bye.
All right.
Yeah.
See you there.
Okay, bye.
Bye bye.